I am tired of learning about managing islands, constructions, and keeping the populace calm. I want to find out how real politics works. The scheming, the power struggles, and the betrayal. Generalissimo Santana has finally agreed to coach me in the art of surviving Tropican politics. The Generalissimo explained that there are two main political battlefields: internal politics dominated by the Tropican factions, and foreign politics dominated by the superpower nations. To improve my standing with these factions and powers, I have to meet their demands. Sounds simple enough.
Let's find out.
There's nothing quite like being in command and holding the reins of power. There's no doubt about it. It's fun to be number one.
It's great to be the king. Okay, so I'm set up here again. There's a handful of islands that in this and the campaign mode you cycle around between, and you can just pick and choose when you're doing free play.
The almanac is your best friend. It contains all the information you'll ever need. Let's take a look. Politics in Tropico are dominated by 8 factions: communists, capitalists, religious, militarists, intellectuals, environmentalists, nationalists, and loyalists. Each faction has its own political ideals and demands.
Oh, yeah, they're not happy.
The respect of a given faction defines how content that faction is. If the faction's respect is low, it will make problems. If the respect is high, it will support you in the next elections.
Some general acts will also make everyone happy, but yeah. If general needs are met well enough, the factions stay decently happy even if you're not attending to all their nitpicky wants.
I find foreigners very annoying. Unfortunately, from time to time, you have to deal with the so-called superpowers. Here you can see your relations with the 5 foreign powers. Select a power to view details about it on the right page.
Yeah. If you end up building it and setting it towards one or the other of them, the other one likes you less for it. So that's only if they're threatening to invade you do that. And, you know, things have to be going pretty badly sideways to be in that position in the first place.
Some buildings and edicts can
Shit. Okay. Well. Yeah. Anyway. I tend to go with neutral because, you know, it's safer and good enough.
As you may imagine, my friend, a Presidente's word is law. Ministers are the people that interpret your words into specific laws. That is why you need ministers to issue most edicts.
You end up needing ministers, but having the people who qualify to be them becomes tricky. You have to build other stuff to make that happen. Since we're not building a high school right there, like I did last time. Now, this one, while they don't count as working towards their job until the building is done. Minister of Economy. So, the employees there can qualify for this. I would need teachers, bureaucrats, police or secret agents, but secret agents require edicts that require that minister. And this is the only one you start with. Whether or not you actually have qualified people is a different issue. And the side effects of that pop up later.
What matter requires Presidente's attention? It's always all work and no play for Presidente.
Yep. Get your ass moving. Oh, well, I'll hear the ding when something actually pops up. I don't think anything will until those start getting done.
Never fear, Presidente is here.
Well done, Presidente. Thanks to your efforts, the loyalist demand has been satisfied and their respect has increased.
What matter requires Presidente's attention?
That. Work on that now.
Presidente, you can call me Sunny. I want to talk to you about the environment.
Yes, Miss Flowers is the representative of the environmentalist faction. Not the actual, like, person, but the in-game face for it. Or you could build the other thing first. Even though I prioritized this one, you know, whatever.
Good. Bureaucrats in the Foreign Office have begun inventing new forms and documents to improve your relations with your foreign partners and to annoy normal people.
Yeah, that's not helpful. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this because it's not Norton now. except I'm going to do that a different way. Look at this and put the gardens in the ugliest spots. You can see the effect if you just keep checking in between, because the overlay won't stay up while you're building. And this shit is pissing me off. Oh yeah, you left and right bracket to cycle between sizes and shapes of different stuff. These have four different options, but other things are different. Are you far enough apart that I can put one of you here? Not quite. Fine. Tiny one. He'll fit there. See, that's less bad. Of course, it's ugly up there. Shacks are ugly. But a lot of this is just based on the actual environmental. Some places are drier, not as lush and green and good for crops, or depending on the crop, and that reflects in this beauty score. Oh, and there. Well, you won't plant that close to it, so I suppose I could put one there. Not that big. Itty bitty one. Just there. Less ugly now.
Everything is so green and beautiful. Thank you, Presidente.
Yeah, it helped. Yeah. Now.
What do you want? I'm busy ruling.
Yeah. Be busy doing something else.
Excellent! Now that the ministry is built, you will have to hire ministers.
Huh. I don't know why they are suddenly qualified, because none of them are. Huh. Anyway.
Now that you have a minister of defense, you can issue defense edicts.
Yay. Issue 1 I don't like. Let me alienate my people. No. Create more rebels and make me less effective against them. Good plan. Oh.
Well done, Presidente. You've mastered the art of lawmaking. Good rulers know when to use the correct edicts to achieve their goals.
Most, not all. The general ones are the ones that you can do without ministers. The appropriately titled ministers relate to the rest. This is a good one that's actually cheap. It keeps students and old people from being homeless in shacks. So, that's a thing.
Gathering money for the Tropicon treasury is important, but sometimes you need to set aside something for yourself. That's why you have an untouchable Swiss bank account.
Yeah, this is usually has negative consequences in-game but gives you a better score. I tend to avoid them because I want my game to go more smoothly. Also, you know, I'm not a sketchy Presidente. Anyway. I don't have the right minister. So. Yep. I can just wait. May or may not be faster. Just have this happen. We'll find out. There we go. See, perpetual downside of building costs. And makes intellectuals angry.
I have learned all that Generalissimo Santana can teach me. Politics is a dangerous art, and I have to master it to remain in power. I must keep a watchful eye on the local factions, improve the respect of the larger factions first by satisfying their demands and completing faction tasks. If a faction's respect is low, it will cause problems and won't support me in the next elections. Maintaining good relations with foreign powers will grant me more foreign aid and other benefits. I have to avoid angering the US and the USSR, or I might find myself out of a job. Finally, I must remember to set aside something for myself in my Swiss bank account.
And we can get into campaign mode next time.